What's up, y'all? Not going to spend too much time on this. As you all may or may not know, everybody's talking about it online, another tokenization, this time with Harry Potter. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. As I have in the past, I've said in previous videos, the reason I don't talk about this stuff and I don't have as much strength, willpower to be discussing this in stream after stream. Look, I've talked about tokenization extensively over the last 10 or so years. I've done video after video discussing that in the past. And the reason I don't have as much willpower is because I've created my own characters, okay? And I'm spending a lot of brain power focusing on that. And with doing that, look, that's where my investment is now, okay? And thanks to all of you lovely fans, you guys have come to love this stuff as well, and we appreciate you so much as customers. That said, I do want to leave you guys with something. Now, you remember, especially after the election, I said that people need to prepare that none of this stuff is over. I know that the normies may be over all of this weird stuff that's happening right now in Hollywood and in games and all this other stuff, and they're long over it now. These guys don't have it in them to pivot, okay? And there's many different reasons. People, of course, are going to look to the investments and everything, and banking and how they incentivize doing all this sort of stuff. And while that is a thing, it is true. You don't even have to look any further or look that far down the line. Just look at what's directly in front of you, and you see these guys have a lot of self-imposed rules that really force them to do stuff like this. They have to, for those awards that they want to be nominated for, like the BAFTA awards, for example, they have to have a certain percentage of diversity and all that. And therefore, yeah, you're going to run into things like we've already been seeing over the last 10 years. So it's not going to change. And I think that, as I had to do, we got to stop. Everybody, right? Stop kidding yourselves thinking that, look, this stuff is over. They're going to stop this sort of stuff. They're going to be trying to do all these accurate adaptations. Those days are long gone, at least in the forefront, in the mainstream, because they can't pivot because of all those self-imposed rules. And this is why I continue to say that it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. Look to the independents, and that doesn't, just because I say independent does not mean that there can be a property or something that people know and love that ended up in the hands of a more independent a company, publisher, or what have you. They're going to pay a lot more respects to that stuff because they're not beholden to all these nonsensical rules that all of these people have to follow. But I think this does prove, yet again, as I've said, we're not over this, or at least by we, I'm talking about them. They're not going to stop. Okay, so now it's on the customers to make that adjustment. We know, yes, it's better to make these original characters as opposed to doing all this tokenization, but expecting that from the mainstream, I think is a little naive, actually a lot of naive, especially after they've already shown you what they are up to. So this is just yet another case of that. Go support these independents. And I'm not talking about just with the Rippaverse or anything. We appreciate you so much. There's a lot of independent filmmakers that are out there doing their own things. And sure, it may not have the big box office and the big budget stuff, but it's far more authentic, and they're honoring especially the source material a lot better than what, let's say, the mainstream's doing.